Hey guys, welcome back to another Lore Olympus discussion video. I am Dazzling Kate, and we're going to be going into another topic of Lore Olympus, which is, will the bland writing ever stop? And it's just crazy. I've caught up with it, and I was just looking into more of what the heck is going on. Like, at this point, there's just a lot going on. But we're supposed to be focusing on the Persephone fighting Kronos thing and with Hades and all these other gods and shit, and hoping for the best. We did get some moments of like Demeter kind of getting a personality, I guess. I don't know. I guess they were trying to redeem that element about her and bringing up her other kid. I forgot his name, probably. For the best, because I would have butchered that name as hell. But it's just been crazy because there's just like, I don't feel really much of anything with this story anymore. Like, it's just bland. And I really, like, it's just the best thing I can really say about this is at least it's somewhat cooked. Like, basically, Lore Olympus is just basically bland cooked chicken. That's what it is. Is it revolutionary? No, not really. Could use some more pepper, some other spices or something, because this thing is bland as fuck. And it's a shame because it has the potential to be, a very well told story, but there's a lot of character interactions going on. There's a lot of like dynamics going on between this character, that character, blah blah blah. You get the picture. So having Apollo still trying to bark at that tree, let me just tell you, it's not gonna happen, buddy. Like, Rachel is trying so hard to make Apollo like the biggest baddie or whatever the fuck. Like, at this point, he's just a cringe baddie, a really bad cringe baddie. It's just, I can't. How come nobody's noticed that, Eros and his wife slash girlfriend, Psyche. Sorry, it's been a while since I mentioned her. Nobody's noticed that at all? Like, nobody at the freaking meeting table was like, hey, yeah, you know where Eros and his, girlfriend is? I don't know. And you can't be telling me nobody else is gonna be asking questions. Like, you can't. Like, in this whole situation, what I know that Hebe was like blamed for the whole situation of murdering her father or attempted murder. But how come they they know she's missing, but why doesn't anyone notice the lack of Eros not being there? And again, it's been a couple of days, and I get that some people might not raise their hand at first, but at that meeting, I'm just like, wouldn't they have noticed? Wouldn't Persephone have noticed? It's a little questionable. It's just, where's the stupidity in this? Oh yes, it's right there. At least make it more believable as to why nobody knows where he is. It would make sense if, like, maybe they already gotten married and then they wanted to go on their honeymoon, but like, it's been a while since I know what he was doing because Rachel doesn't like explaining things in the story through actions. It's just, I'm sure somebody's probably going to comment down below and mention, but they're this and that, like mentioning some event that happened before and I didn't even realize it was connected to that event. And I'm probably going to be sitting here like, well, was it just for a couple of scenes that could have been forgotten easily? Because in this entirety of the story, it's just like there's so much more going on and not a lot of explanations. And it annoys the hell out of me because there's gotta at least be something stopping this. Stopping the development. Alright, yeah, we don't really have much else going on for the characters other than, trying to uncover who does Kronos have under his control. Oh, what will happen now that, like, Apollo is trying to make it seem like he can control Persephone's abilities, and then having that time limit as to when he'll be able to, like, get engaged with Persephone. Like, this is the most stupid villain ever. I don't care. What, like, I don't care at this point. Why do you want Persephone? Persephone's just a pile of crap at this point. And it's just like, I hate this villain so much. I hate his depiction. I hate how it's trying to become this big baddie that's not really doing much of anything. It's just like the whole thing is a mockery. The whole thing is just it's just really annoying. Because at this point, the whole point of his villainy is just that he's a douchebag. There's not much else going on here. It's just he's just he doesn't know what he's doing half the time, and then when he does know what he's doing the other part of the time, he just kind of lingers there. It's confusifying, guys. It is very confusifying because there's so much potential in a good story for this in general, but nobody wants to go there because it's just like it's a little hard to do that. It's so difficult to try and attempt to fix this when really it could have been fixed easily if you just wrote the story in a good manner, have the character interactions make sense, and not having me ask questions every 5 fucking minutes as to what the hell is going on with, this character or that character. What the hell is going on here? I don't know. I don't. And what sucks the most about this is that not only is this a waste of space, this comic, a waste of space for, the originals, there's someone out there who actually gives a fuck about their product. And here we have Lore Olympus taking up that spot. I'm sorry if that sounded really mean. But this story has gone to the point where it's just, what's the point? Why read it? Because a lot of the time for us readers who don't really care about the dynamics of Persephone's romance with Hades, or the fact that, a lot of the drama from this lingers and just stays there even if it is resolved. It doesn't try to make a difference with, the storytelling. It just kind of lingers. And we're just supposed to accept it. And we're just supposed to sit there and take it. And it's embarrassing to think about, because it's like the only reason why a lot of people are still reading this is because they want this shit to end. It's sad to some people. Like, I know there's a crap ton of teenage girls and probably moms in their like late 30s, early 40s or some shit being all like, but this is good. Like, bitch, there's plenty of other romance stories out there that probably aren't this terribly written, and they still at least try. This one is barely even trying at this point. Rachel's just gotten lazy with the storytelling at this point. It's just like, oh yeah, the romance with Hades is the most important thing of this, and then we have this blah 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 blah. Apollo's a really half-assed villain, and then we gotta worry about Kronos, who's really. I'm just at this point. I'm hoping this comic ends soon. I don't know how much longer I can keep reading this. Probably until the end, just so I can say, well, I did it. I read it. It still sucked butt. At least it's over now. Until that day, this has been Dazzling Kate. And for those who are new here, please hit that subscribe button. That would mean the world to me to encourage me to go read more of these terrible, terrible written stories. It really sends support my way. Anyways, stay safe, stay cool, and most importantly, guys, stay hydrated. This is Dazzling Kate signing the hell out of here.